Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in and welcome live on at Liqui Moly South Africa. And we are so fortunate today to have a very special guest, our very own Keith Barclay. And we're very fortunate to have Keith because Keith has been with Liqui Moly for such a long time, over 10 years, part of the family. We've seen the little ones grow up. I mean, if I say part of the family, I think also we're part of his family. And if we see all the photos with Liqui Moly, and we've seen even on the DIY videos with the kids with the bicycle cleaning. So Keith, welcome, and hope you're going to enjoy it with us as much as we've enjoyed it with you the last 10 years. So, and we're here just to be able to let people know who you are, what you've been doing. And I think there's a lot of people out there that actually just once have businesses of their own, and just want to be able to get an idea of what you've been doing and the last 10 years, what it's been like, and a little bit more about you. So welcome.
Thank you, Melissa, and a good afternoon to everybody else out there today. It's a real privilege and an honor to be chatting to you today. When you asked me about 2 weeks ago to be in this interview with you, it's given me some time to just reflect back on the last 10 years that I've had. And it's really been so special. And you mentioned the kids and my family, and they've been part of this journey for 10 years, and it just makes it so much more special. And that's pretty much all they know as part of Dad's life and work. So thank you.
So I must say, I know you're thinking of what kind of questions I'm going to ask, and it's going to be all easy ones. So I'm going to start off with the formulation of our Ceratec. So there's a combination of additives that's been added together, and the microns are very small. So I just want you to please tell the audience how it's formulated and how small those different microns are.
They're very small.
Baie klein. It's not going to be anything like that. I think overall it is, I have a couple of really wanting to get to know you. So I want to start, if you can just, Keith Barclay. I mean, if we go back a couple of years ago, even before Liqui Moly, what did you do and why did you want to be in business for yourself? What was the inspiration, or where did you make that decision?
Okay. So if I look back to probably 20 years ago, I did work in the automotive industry, which is a very similar space to this product today. From there, I joined Weber South Africa, and I learned the gift of buying a proper steak. And then was given the opportunity to become a distributor for Liqui Moly. And because of obviously my background and the knowledge of the clients, I took the chance and the opportunity, and 10 years later, here I am. So very happy.
So you say 10 years, and you make it sound like it's very easy, but I know when Liqui Moly South Africa started, it was in the middle of a recession.
Yeah.
That's almost the same time as what you started with your distributorship. And I know we're in a period of time now with a pandemic and a lot of people losing their jobs and a lot of people really struggling with their businesses, the restrictions that have been put on alcohol and trading and time limits. So there's a lot of things that I don't think even 10 years ago we would have anticipated this was going to happen. But when you got started, is there a couple of things that was quite tough that you had to learn that helped you to be able to keep on growing to where you are today?
Absolutely. First of all, this haircut didn't come for free. It's certainly been some challenging times over the 10 years, but obviously some good times. If I think back to 10 years when I joined, I think my first delivery was maybe 10 or 15 boxes that stayed in my garage. I used to drive around in a sort of family car and delivering stock. And if I look at where I am today, it's just chalk and cheese. But certainly, if I look back to 10 years ago and now, things have changed, and in terms of the economy and what we're going through as a nation, as a world. There's certainly been some key factors in the success and the growth. I think it's just very basic things, and I think working hard, I think just setting goals and knowing where you want to go in life, I think plays a big role. And just with regards to seeing customers every day, I've got customers that I've still got from 10 years ago. I think it boils down to relationship, trust and ethics. I think is vitally important, I think, in any business.
So I want to ask you something, because one thing that I really have a massive admiration for you is how you build relationships. So people normally think, I cannot do sales or I cannot start my own business. But if I look at you and I look at the relationship you built and I look at the clients you have, when I look at the last 10 years, I can see that foundation with the clients have been built on relationships. And what about it? I mean, how do you see that? How for people out there that are doing business and really now trying to sell and kind of missing the aspect of really caring and serving. That is something that I've never seen you lose. So can you elaborate a little bit on that? If you have to look back at the 10 years and the clients that you've built relationships with, how do you see that? How you do that? Is it something that comes automatically? Is it something that you mindfully think about the whole time, or is it just part of your nature?
I think it's part of my nature, and it's. I think it's a great gift to have. I think I'm able to connect with people on a level that is. You mentioned the word caring. I think caring is very important in today's times, and I think it's just a matter of identifying people's personalities, and I always look for things in someone's office to try and connect with, whether it be a picture on someone's desk or a basket in the workshop or something. And I think those are the key factors that start a relationship for many years to come. So that's just something that comes to mind at the moment.
I think that's so precious, because I think that is what takes you through times like we're going through now, or even helps you to be able to get through a recession when you get started. Because if your goal is to build relationships and you really care about people, you're never really selling. And people can see that and they can sense that. And I know the length and the effort that you go through to be able to make sure you make your customers feel precious. I mean, you do the same with everybody within Liqui Moly. I think that's so amazing, and it's something that I've always looked at and thought for myself, wow, that's such a great personality trait that you have. I also know you have a lot of passions. I know you absolutely don't like Liverpool.
That wasn't funny.
So I know you have massive passion for Liverpool. I know you have passion for your family. Can you elaborate a little bit? I mean, I know Mia and Livy and Tanya, but one other big inspiring aspect of you is your family. And I know in business, if you work for yourself, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to cut off, to kind of make sure that there's a balance between your family life and your business. If you can just share a little bit on your family life and what is important for you when it comes to your family, and how do you balance it with business?
Sure. I think I'm very, very grateful for the family that I've got. I know that many are watching this live today, and I think it starts from that in terms of where and how I was raised, and I think it's brought a lot of morals and ethics into how I do business. In terms of my family life, I definitely try and do keep it separate. I think it's important to get home after a day's work and spend time with family. Although my wife she's the one at home who has to listen to all the gripes and the issues and the stresses. But it's a family that helps you get through tough times and also there to support you through the good times. And even the kids, as young as they are highly passionate about the brand. So family is absolutely key.
So on that, I remember years ago when Mia wanted a cake. What cake was it that she wanted again?
Liqui Moly cake.
Oh, no, I mean, I went through a lot of the different things, and I hope that we can also share some of the photos afterwards with the interview of the kids with buffs. I mean, our buffs are very popular, but having them on as dresses, and I know that the dogs have been dressed in
Absolutely. We've had two birds called Liqui and Molly. So yes, it's definitely been a brand part of the family.
So Livy and Mia and Tanya, if you're watching, you have an awesome dad, and I know he absolutely loves you, and that's awesome. I think having that family life and that must be a massive drive as well. Absolutely. To go out every day and make a success of your business, because I mean that's your legacy. That's the family that you're supporting and giving them a different life. Without
a doubt, it's I leave home every day for one reason, and obviously it's family, and. I certainly hope to leave this legacy with them in years to come. So
Keith, in the last 10 years of Liqui Moly, if you have to look back, what was a real tough time that actually can be something that someone else can take from, that was something for you that you always remember, but you remember it in an aspect that you think that your business after that totally changed. So it was more an opportunity of a gift for you than what it was, because a lot of people go through things now in business and they think they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And if you can share something, or even if there's more than one,
Sure.
in the last 10 years that was really tough for you, and what was the result afterwards? Or what were the lessons that you learned from it?
To be honest, I can't pinpoint instances right now, but there certainly have been tough times. I think it starts from who you spend most of your time with and who you surround yourself with. Just the mere fact of walking into this building today says so much, and success doesn't just start with one person. Even though I'm an independent wholesaler, I'm still part of the big Liqui Moly family. And everybody here is on the same page as what I am. And it's so inspiring because all 15 people in your warehouse and your offices, we're all striving towards the same common objective. And I honestly believe if you all work together as a team, it'll certainly get you through tough times in life.
I think it's so great to hear that, because for us, family is important, and the relationships that we build the same way as what you do with the customers, that are then a connection, because you're a partner of ours that build relationships with people that are outside. And in the last couple of months, I mean, there was a period of lockdown. It's now a different situation. I mean, you have employees, Sam, that's part of your business. You have a family to take care of, and I can imagine that was also, you now have to make sure that you're okay through this, and you can be strong for your family. But what did you do during lockdown? Because I know you have now, there's a couple of new businesses that have come on board, and it's quite exciting, new developments. But in that period of time, what was it that you had to do to make sure that you stay positive, that you think was the contribution of a really kind of still a flow of business as what running now, and new clients coming on board?
I think all that really changed during the lockdown time was the fact that I was at home for the 8 hours of working. You know, normally I'd be out on the road. I didn't see it as the time to sit at home and do nothing. Certainly it was great. I had obviously more time than ever with family, which I don't think anybody can get again. But I try to continue life and business as normal as possible. So yes, I stuck to a routine in terms of the times I woke up, personal development and reading and learning, staying in contact with clients, I think was key. I think for any person to have woken up every day and done nothing, those are probably the people who are struggling today, probably the most.
So that's such an awesome tip. So it's just staying motivated, making sure you're connected with customers, and actually just sewing and making sure that they are connected with you, so that you can actually go on with business.
Yeah, 100%.
I
try to have it in such a way that come the 1st of May, when level 4 opened up, that business was back to normal as much as possible. And I think also through the creation of your Facebook pages and the DIY pages, it created momentum for all of us, so that when business was open again, there were opportunities.
So tell me, what does Keith Barclay do in his leisure time? I
Leisure
know
time.
some of it, but I share. What is the other passions, except the family and Liverpool, that get you excited in life?
My absolute passion is riding a mountain bike. It's definitely my sort of, I call it my medicine, whether you've had a good day or a bad day. Obviously great for fitness, but yes, absolutely passionate about mountain biking, specifically with friends. We've shared many kilometers on the bikes, many laughs, many falls. We won't go there.
Please,
Yeah.
we only have
Only have a limited time. But yeah, mountain biking is for me a big priority in my life, and most importantly, family time.
I also know, and you touched on it a little bit earlier, is that your skill with cooking. So I know you have that hidden talent, and I've been fortunate enough to experience some of your cooking. But is there a couple of tips maybe you can give everybody that absolutely loves braaiing, a tip that they might not know or can actually try over this weekend? Because I mean, I've learned things from you. Where you've had put steak on the coal, and I thought, sure, how are we going to wash it afterwards? Was that how we're going to eat it? But I mean, I've been amazed about with what you can do with a Weber. Is there some tips or something or a recipe that you can quickly share with everybody so that they can make a Keith special after this interview?
For me, probably simpler the better. I think he's often probably the best recipe. Probably my favorite is just a good old rump steak. Salt and pepper, olive oil, and turn it once or twice. I'm a medium rare steak eater, and obviously don't cut the steak immediately. You want to let it rest for a few minutes, and just keep it simple.
And is there anything that you cannot make in a Weber?
You can make anything in a Weber.
Even cake. I mean, I battled to make cake in an oven, but Keith knows how to make it in a Weber. So that's still something I have to try with you. So, Keith, back on the business side, what is your goal? What is it what you want to achieve specifically with your business in the next 5 years? Where do you see? I mean, we can look at where we are now, and a lot of people can focus and say, I just want to survive. I mean, my motto is don't survive, thrive, because if you aim for the stars, the opportunity or the chance that you're going to land on the moon is much better. But what is your goals? What are you looking forward to in the next 5 years, or business-wise? Where would you like to see your business in 5 years?
To be very honest, I do have many goals. It's not all just about me. I do obviously employ people, and I think my goal is around what do I want to achieve for them. And it's important that I grow with them or they grow with me. So yes, I can throw out numbers and etc. But at the end of the day, it's about creating opportunity for other people. And I think in times like now, although very tough, I think we have a phenomenal product that we sell. There's endless opportunities, and I want people to be part of that venture with me.
I love your passion, and our slogan is our results create passion. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we did the passion video, and for those of you who haven't seen it, please go onto our YouTube channel and look at the Michitex video. That passion that they have for the brand, Arnold and the team, is really contagious. If you've never been in a Mitsubishi, you watch that video and you actually want to buy yourself one. So that was really awesome. But I can see the passion from you. I mean, I know when I cycle with you, I know when you try to touch your toes, there's always passion in everything we do. The Liverpool, I mean, just that excitement you have on everything you do. And I know there's a lot of customers as well that have that same passion. And traveling around, if I think of the last 10 years, I know you've been with us in Germany, and you've been with us in Spain, and there was a trip in Mauritius. We go around and cycle quite often and have different other adventures. But if you have to look back at the last 10 years, is there something that really stands out, or something that was really funny for you, or something that you look at a photo and you just begin giggling from start, of an experience that will always stay with you in the last 10 years?
Sure. There's too many, Mel. I think of just how I've progressed as a person and as a supplier. I'll come back to you on that one.
All right.
There's certainly many. I mean, it's you spoke about the trips overseas. I've had opportunities with Liqui Moly South Africa that have been so awesome and such a privilege to be part of. I've visited the factories and the plants in Germany. I've been to the German Beer Fest, which was certainly a bucket list item, which I've ticked off.
I can remember a couple of funny moments in that trip.
There's too many to mention, but I think there's been many parts in my life that I've shared with with you and customers and people part of the brand. You spoke about passion just now. You know, if you have passionate clients, passionate friends, passionate suppliers, the passion in yourself just comes out so naturally. So I think it all adds up. You know, all the dots join and make it so much easier.
I think that also makes a difference between getting up and having to go somewhere to work and getting up and actually looking forward to what you're going to do, because you're not seeing that you have to sell something. You're looking at the customers that you're going to connect with, the ones that you've built a relationship with. And I think that's, and I want to thank you for your passion, because it's something that makes the Liqui Moly family the Liqui Moly family, and you're a big part of that. I mean, this morning when I had the team and we were talking about the interview today between you, me, Tiens and Niku, that's the ones that have been with Liqui Moly for more than 10 years, and it's great to be able to see you grow. I mean, when we recognized you at our kickoff in the beginning of the year with some of the videos 5 or 6 years ago, and I think in all of us there were a couple of kilograms
Absolutely.
that we carried with us,
Which
because
is
we
fine.
didn't cycle so much then, all of us. But just to be able to see how you evolved and how the kids have grown in the family, and I think that also is something that makes a brand and something different. If there's so many families and so many lives involved that are not just a number, but the people that you actually know. And I want to thank you for everything you've been doing for the last 10 years. And I mean, we're looking forward to many years more to come. Hopefully I will stop falling every time I cycle with you, but I mean, that is part of our adventure as
Absolutely.
well. So for people with businesses, is there, except for building relationships and really serving and having passion for what you do, and your goal is to be able to make sure that you can employ and empower more people, and caring about your family and making sure that you're leaving a legacy for them, is there something that is there a motto in your business? Is there a motto in your life that you know is it actually is in one sentence, just kind of put your ethics and your vision in life all in together?
I think there's one word that stands out a lot. I think it's consistency. I think if you continue to do good things, I think within a business, and seek opportunity to grow, I think you will make a success. I always believe you can't wake up every morning and not know where you're going that day. You know, I think in terms of slogans, your mind can achieve anything, and I think if you put your mind to any task or any goal that you may have in your personal life, your business life, it's achievable.
Awesome. So I don't. If I look at you, the word that I can really, there's so many good morals in you, and I think for people being successful in business and so many other aspects in life, and having friends that will, if it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you give them a phone call, will be there for you. If I think of the way you treat people and the commitment you have, then I really can see why you've been successful in business and why you have a family that absolutely loves you. And I just want to, from a Liqui Moly point of view, really tell you thank you, and from a friend as well. And I want to tell everybody out there, Keith, we did the interview, or we wanted to do the interview with him because there are so many lives that's been touched, and I think that is always the most inspirational aspect of any business. If you just have business because it's about you, then I don't think you're going to survive that long. But I think through times of pandemics and times of recessions, if you really care about people, and if you really want to make sure that you make it, but also everybody that is part of your business and is part of your family, that has a different drive to it. And I think that's also a very different goal, because the universe actually just makes sure that, because there's so many people that depend on you, and you've got such a nice and amazing leadership to be able to make sure that they're taken care of. So well done on 10 years, and we are so fortunate to have you as part of the Liqui Moly family. And an inspiration for a lot of businesses out there, because a lot of businesses in the last 10 years have come and have gone. but that consistency of keeping and going and working on themselves and looking after customers and being involved with the family is what you said is vital, and
Key.
you've done that. And I'm looking forward to the next 10 years. Hopefully I have more hair than you in 10 years.
Thank you, Melissa. It's, and also, I must commend you. You know, you've also been part of this journey with me for 10 years. And you're a great leader, I think, for many people here today. We certainly look up to you. You've been a great inspiration to many of us. You're a great friend. You're an honest and loyal supplier. And all of that just plays so much of a role in anybody's life. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Keith. I think it's if it wasn't for the family, I would not be here. So that's what I think. It gets me up every single day. The team, people like you, and the entire Liqui Moly family out there, and everybody that's watching. You're just as important. And I know if you need any business tips, Keith will always be willing to help and to add value and to be able to make sure that whatever business you have, you're not alone. If you're in any way in part of Liqui Moly, whether you're a workshop, whether you're a retailer, it's important to know if you're connected with Liqui Moly in any way, maybe just family or family, know that there's a group and a brand here that will always be willing to help and give advice and be able to share the successes. And I know Keith is one of those that will make sure that if you need advice to show you how he has been able to grow a Liqui Moly business and be such a successful Liqui Moly partner for over 10 years, he will be willing to share those tips with you.
Thank you, Val. Anytime. And yeah, I think just also an opportunity to thank everybody out there. I've dealt with hundreds of clients over the last 10 years, and I think to thank every one of those for their loyal support. If it wasn't for you out there, this discussion would be slightly different, I think. And also to my family and friends. I know you're listening. Much love to you all, and thank you.
Okay, and then make sure that you've gathered that tip that Keith gave to say, but even through the lockdown, it was working. It was keeping contact with customers. It's so vital to make sure, it doesn't matter what, that you connect, that you support, and that you now sow more than ever, so that you can reap the rewards, because not any of us know where we're going to be in 3 months' time, in 4 months' time, but it's important that we make sure that we sow enough to be able to make sure that we can take care of others as well. For those people that you want to employ, all those other businesses that you want to help, it is important that you're strong enough so that they can know that they have a partner to rely on. Thank you so much. But another thing that Keith is here with us as well is he's going to have the opportunity. We've had some amazing competitions that's been running through lockdown and it's been carrying on. We've had the normal DIY videos and people have showed us how they clean their showers and lawn they mow their lawns, lawn they mows. Don't know what that is, but it's a new thing. Mow their lawns with their outfits. And then we put a DIY workshop competition in place where we just wanted workshops to actually come and show us how to make things simple, actually share with customers how to put oil into their car, how to use engine flush, why to use engine flush. And we've had really unbelievable videos come in. So if you're not registered or if you haven't joined the DIY group, please go onto our Facebook page. You'll see the group link there. And you'll get a lot of tips. People really showing you how they're using products in different ways at home, because a lot of us are spending a lot of time at home. But how can you service your bicycle on your own, your motorbike, your lawnmower, your car, and just to be able to learn from other people that are using products on different ways. So on that note, we've had a really good build-up for the DIY workshop competition. And last week was the top 10 that was announced on our Facebook page. And from the top 10, we have now actually gotten to the number 1. So the winner of that 20,000 Rand voucher. So it's been an unbelievable run for the final couple of likes. And I know people have gone all out to be able to make sure family can go and watch the video and like it. And I just want to say to every single one that has done a video to enter into the DIY workshop competition, thank you so much, because every single video that you add also adds value to other people because they learn from it. And we really appreciate that. And please keep on going. And we're going to have a lot of different competitions every now and again to be able to make sure we interact on that group. So keep an eye out on the group and on our Facebook page for all the competitions that we are running. But let's not delay it any further. So the top 10 was on our Facebook page, and we want to make sure that I'll actually mention the top 3, but there's only a number 1. So in this case, it's only a first place, and but still well done to all 3. But let's start at the number 3 position. So CMH Nissen in KZN, Richard Wagner and the team, well done. On 3rd place for the DIY workshop competition. It's really awesome. You've also added some other videos. Really, really stunning, and thank you for sharing those. Then in 2nd position, I've just a little while ago mentioned that passion video that you can now see on our YouTube channel. And Michi Tech Performance, Arnold and the team, on 2nd place. Well done. And now that number 1 big, and there we go.
Drum roll, drum roll. In 1st place on the workshop competition is RMT Services with Richard Heyman.
Well done.
Well done, Richard.
20,000 Rand voucher. So the team will be in contact with you directly after this live Facebook show and be able to get in contact and make sure that all the arrangements are going to take into effect so that you guys can get the 20th. So to RMT Services, to Richard and his team, well done to everybody that liked their videos, and I hope you're going to enjoy and be able to have that little bit of a, those funds are going to come a long way. So well done, really well done. And I must say, we're surrounded by a lot of Richards. So we have Richard behind the screen, we have Richard in 3rd place, and we have Richard in 1st place. So it's almost like a Gary. If you say Gary, then 700 people stand up. So congratulations, and really hope that you can make good use of the voucher and the money, and we're really proud of everybody with every single video that you've been sharing on our Facebook page. So just before we go, we have 2 questions that have come in that people want me to ask Keith. So before we go, I hope you've read the questions that are on that board on the other side of the office. So the first one is, Keith, what is your biggest fear?
Sure. Certainly, I'm not the biggest fan of heights, number 1. I think number 2, I think probably failure. Like I always try and achieve goals. That's not necessarily a fear, but it drives me in the right direction, I think. Out of my head now, I can't think of anything else that really scares me. There are many. Falling off a bike, yes.
I thought you were going to say, if they say tomorrow Liverpool is not existing anymore, going to a depression. Okay, then another one is, what would you do if you didn't do Liqui Moly? If Liqui Moly was not your business, what would be your alternative?
I think I'm a person that thrives to be around people. So I think any profession or job where I'm with people all the time. You know, I've had a job before where it was very much office-based and very little interaction. I thrive on that contact with people and interaction. So definitely in an environment where there's constant interaction with people.
I can actually see us having a bar, a Liverpool bar. You'll interact with people. I can't see you with a business that you wouldn't be interacting with people.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Behind the counter, just tele sales. No, it wouldn't work. Okay, so I think we covered the last one. I asked you what was the biggest lesson in the last 10 years. And so you can answer that in a different way if you wanted to.
Currently now, if I look back at the last 10 years, and it's something that came to mind about a slogan, is make every day count. I think in the times that we live in right now, use every single hour of every single day to the best of your ability, because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So love life, work hard, and just do what makes you happy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's such a good way to end our interview with you. And I really think the life lessons and the person you are actually shines from you. And I want to say to you from Liqui Moly, we really appreciate you. Grateful to have you in the business. Grateful that our paths crossed. And may you have greatness going forward and lots of success. And thank you for the human being that you are.
Thank you, Melisha. Thank you.
So thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. And know that if you have any questions, direct them to our Facebook page and we'll always share them with Keith and he can communicate with you. So if there's anything you want to know, anything that maybe was not clear, please give us a shout. And well done to the number one workshop that won that 20,000 Rand voucher. So RMT, Richard and the team, well done again. Have a wonderful week and hope to see you on the next Facebook interview.